Hey there, everybody. This was number 27, I think, from class that some of you had a question on, so I thought I'd make a video about it. So we were given the absolute value of a function of x squared minus 3x, and we wanted to find out what the derivative at 1 was. So what we talked about in class was if we have an absolute value like we do here, typically what you do with an absolute value is you get the positive part, which just takes away the absolute value bars, and you have the negative part, and really what that does is it gives you a piecewise function. So what you don't have with this is where does this piecewise function, what's the domain of each piece? You don't really have to find that, although the visual makes it pretty clear. And it's pretty easy. It's just a way. It's just a matter of factoring out an x in these and solving for when is it greater than 0 or when is it less than 0. And it's pretty easy to find out, but you don't really have to go that far because you're just looking at what the derivative is at 1. And what we talked about in class was where is it going to be? Where is negative 1 going? Where is 1 going to be when I plug it into the function? Well, when I plug it into the function, if I plug it into the first one, I'm going to get 1 minus 3, which gives me negative 2. So that can't be it. It can't be in that part. So because given the piecewise function now, all of your values have to be positive. So if I plug in 1 here, I get a minus 1 because 1 squared is 1, and then the minus makes it a minus 1, plus 3 because 1 times 3 is 3, is going to give you a positive 2. So it has to go into this function because any number I plug in here has to be positive because of the absolute value, and then just splitting it up into these two functions. So this is really an Algebra 1, Algebra 2 thing. But what I did want to show you was really the visual on this whole thing. So I just made a graph. Obviously, you couldn't do this because this was a non-calculator portion of the test. But if you look at it here, you can clearly see that at 1, you're going to have a positive slope here. And this function really it's in a parabola, except the where the vertex would be isn't going to go down below the x-axis because it's an absolute value function. So that is really just flipped over the x-axis, and it makes the vertex, quote unquote, right there. So it has to go into that piece of the function. So this is what I'm going to use. I think I could change colors here. Come on now. Nice. So I'm going to use this to take the derivative of that function. So it's pretty academic after this. You take the derivative of minus x squared, which gives you minus 2x, plus 3, taking the derivative of 3x, and then I'm going to plug in 1 into that. And when I plug in 1, I'm going to get a minus 2 plus 3, which is going to make that derivative, or I guess you should put f of x. The derivative of 1 is going to be 1. And hopefully that's the answer. I don't have my book with me, but that's the basic idea of the whole thing. Later.